Good evening. A 33-year-old Lloydminster man is facing several charges after he allegedly fired shots into the air Sunday afternoon. Now, RCMP responded to the area of 65th Avenue and 29th Street after receiving reports of a disturbance at a home. Now, when they arrived, they found the accused armed with a long-barreled firearm. Police say Jordan James Leibel fired several shots into the air and was ultimately taken into custody. Now, no one was injured in the incident. Leibel is charged with careless use of a firearm, possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose, and assault with a weapon. Now, Leibel's next court appearance will be on August 20th. It was a decision that has angered band members of Thunderchild First Nation. Oil drilling companies have placed explosives on their Sundance grounds after their chief allegedly made the decision without consulting the community. Now, band members are protesting and standing their ground. Bart Padiasic has more.
Blue and red flags still mark the spot where seismic explosives are still on the ceremonial spot. Protesters have been here since Tuesday, blocking all crews from coming in and drilling on the Sundance grounds.
It's a place where our people come to pray long before I even came to be.
To Marilyn Wapas, this stretch of land is sacred, a place with a lot of historical and ceremonial significance.
The cloth, the prayer cloth, shredded by the shredders.
She says it's shocking to look at all the devastation the blasts have left.
For the last 3 days, you could hear it. You could hear the booms and the thunders, and you could feel the ground shake.
Wapas, along with a handful of women from the First Nation, are leading the charge. With 174 explosives on the ground, they managed to stop all but 27 of them.
We had women who were standing in front of the trucks with signs and who refused to let them come in and detonate the rest of the explosions that were closest to the lodges.
For the protesters, their goal is simple.
There'll be no drilling that's going to be taking place on this land. That just can't happen.
Protesters say they won't move from this spot until their goals are met, no matter how long that may be. Reporting from Thunderchild First Nation, Bart Padiasic, Newcap News.
Now, our calls to Chief Delbert Wapas were not returned this weekend or today as well. Well, the annual Saskatchewan Leadership Conference is just over a month away. This year it's taking place in our city, and Mark Cherian was at Rotary this afternoon to talk about the upcoming conference.
We're participating in keynote sessions, breakout sessions, trade shows, dance, banquet, and amongst other activities. So it's going to be pretty busy. It's a lot about inspiring our leaders for not just their school, but as well as future time as well.
It's the second largest conference in Canada, hosting 700 high school students. Cherian says they are booked full, and this year will be a special one. He says the lineup of keynote speakers coming in is quite impressive.
Olympian and athlete, and she'll talk about some of the leadership things she's had to go through. Murray Banks is an educator out of the United States. Tyler Durham is out of the U.S. and Aaron Gruwell, who is the Freedom Rider teacher from the United States, famed from the movie The Freedom Riders that Hilary Swank played in.
The students will be billeted out during the conference, and 200 spots have been filled so far.
Kids per house minimum, so there's no worries that way. So if we go on that math, we need about 250 people to step up and open up their homes.
Now, they are looking for more hosts. If you would like to host some students from September 18th until the 20th, you can contact Mark at 780-808-3851 or on their website, sslc.com. Well, get your cowboy hats and spurs ready as the Westwood GMC CPCA Finals is calling the Border City home this week.
I do hereby proclaim the week of August 12th to 18th to be Wagon Week.
Deputy Mayor Rob Saunders made the official announcement at City Hall today, welcoming Chuck Wagon fans from all over Western Canada. Now, Saunders says thousands of visitors will be coming into the city for the races, and that's good news for the local economy.
The economic spin-off is huge. There's all kinds of people that come in and not only take in the races, but they frequent the amenities that the city and the region have to offer.
And officials say the Lloydminster stop on the CBCA schedule is always a sight to see. The top 10 drivers after Saturday qualify for the next Calgary Stampede.
It's like the cherry on top of the sundae. This is where it all wraps up. It's the finals. It's 5 days. We currently don't have another 5-day show. It's a true championship format. This wraps it up.
Chuckwagon races start on Wednesday along with other events around the city. For more information, you can visit LloydChuckwagons.com. Well, it's Monday, which means it's time for Retrospect this week from the archives. Now, in this installment, Brian Hardy takes us back to the beginning of construction on the new and as of yet unfinished RCMP headquarters here in the border city. And we go back 25 years to get local reaction to the great one leaving the Edmonton Oilers.
This week in 2011, construction on the new RCMP station looked well underway.
Ground has been broken for the new home of the Border City's RCMP, situated right in the heart of town beside City Hall.
It lets people see that the policing services are a priority for the city.
When this work's all done, the new facility will dwarf the current one. It'll have 3 floors and be 5,500 square meters big.
The building that we're currently in is certainly somewhat dated, and with 40 members here, it is fairly cramped. The new building is substantially increased for the holding capacity for prisoners, and it should be adequate for our needs, probably 30 years from now.
With Lloydminster rated 10th worst of all communities in the country for serious crimes, the bad news in all this is that this new facility with its extra space and cell blocks may well be put to good use in the future. Robert Buffum, Newcap News.
There comes a time when
It's early August 1988 and we get local reaction to the great one's goodbye.
What do you think about Wayne Gretzky being traded?
They should have sent his skirts with him. Well, it depends what they got, but I have a feeling they may lose the Stanley Cup because of it, yeah.
I don't think it's good for Edmonton.
Do you think they'll lose the Stanley Cup now?
I think they'll lose the crowds and the Stanley Cup.
Will you still go and watch the Oilers game even though Wayne is no longer playing?
Oh, definitely. The Oilers are still going to be the Oilers even though he's there or not.
Will you still go and watch the Oilers in action even though they no longer have Wayne Gretzky?
Most likely, until Saskatoon gets a team.
Definitely. Wayne Gretzky's not that good.
Join us next time when we explore Chuckwagon safety on Retrospect, this week from the archives.